Good morning. Ohayo gozaimasu. Welcome to our special service today. Today is our Alameda and Enmanji BWA, Eshinni, Kakushinni, Lady Kujo, Lady Ohtani Memorial Service. So I'd like to thank you. I'd like to thank both temples for making adjustments. We are changing some of the service dates and names so that we can accommodate and have the same calendar of services at each temple, and this will help to ease the load for video and sensei and people who are involved to coordinate these services. So really appreciate both temples and your understanding and support as we look to this. There are some minor adjustments, but early next year we'll be able to announce a calendar that we can look forward to throughout the year with these combinations already in print. So thank you very much for this. I would like to introduce you to our chairpersons for this special service today. Yes, I'd like to introduce you to our chairpersons for today's service. You might recognize the bird buddies from prior services, and their names are Lala and Oo. So we're very happy to have them. Last week we had a couple of our bird friends as chairpersons as well, and it's just that time of the year as I drive from the Alameda area and up to the Enmanji area. There's so many birds up in the sky and flying around, the geese up high, the pelicans a little bit lower, and snowy plovers, whether they're running on the beach or flying through the air. Just so many birds, and it's their time. I guess it's a nesting season and young families of birds, and it kind of reminds me of the temple because the young ones are being taught how to be safe and careful, how to navigate the water, how to maneuver throughout the bushes, and learning how to be safe and secure. And so their flocks are not so different than the temple sangha, where we look out for each other and we learn to be a part of all else and not separate from. So in isolation, particularly in the animal world, it's a very dangerous way to live, and you might not last too long. So there's safety in numbers and a comfort and a stability that is added by the flock. And so we see the same thing here at the temple, not only to be with our Sangha members, but to know what our connection is to everything else in the infinite realm of Amida. So as you can see, Lala and Oo have their masks on. They are reminding us to continue to be careful and cautious in these pandemic times. They have their onenju on, so they are ready for service. I'd like to provide our service order for today. We will begin with the Hyobyakumon for this special service, and this will be followed by the reading of the three treasures, and then the Raisanmon, the three treasures in Japanese. After this, I will take my seat upon the altar for the chanting of the Sambujo and the Juseige. Nembutsu and Ekoku will complete the chanting portion of the service, and then I'll come back to the podium to provide the Howa Dharma message for today. Thank yous and Oshoko incense offering will conclude our service today. So with that, let us begin. Please join me in Gassho as I provide the Hyobyakumon. We are gathered here in the tranquility of our temple and homes to commemorate the 2021 Alameda BWA, Enmanji BWA, Eshinni, Kakushinni, Lady Kujo, Lady Ohtani Memorial Service. We humbly join our hands in Gassho and recite the Nembutsu in their honor. May the fragrance of incense remind us of the purity of our intentions. May the beauty of the flowers remind us of the truths of the Dharma. May the lights that burn brightly upon the altar lead our thoughts to Amida's light of wisdom that dispels the darkness of ignorance. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda, 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 Namanda. Please join me in the reading of the three treasures. Hard is it to be born into human life. Now we are living it. Difficult is it to hear the teachings of the Blessed One. Now we hear it. If we do not realize the truth in this life, when will it be realized? Let us reverently take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in the Buddha. May we absorb ourselves in the principle of the way to enlightenment and awaken in ourselves the supreme will. I take refuge in the Dharma. May we be submerged in the depths of the doctrine and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. I take refuge in the Sangha. May we live in harmony in the great assembly as disciples of Buddha and be freed from all hindrances, becoming units of true accord in the life of harmony, in a spirit of universal oneness, freed from the bondage of selfishness. Even through myriad ages of kalpas, hard is it to hear such an excellent, profound, and wonderful doctrine. Now we are able to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of Tathagata's teachings. Raisanmon. Ninjin ukekatashi imasudini uku. Buppo kikikatashi imasudini kiku. Konomi konjo ni mukatte dosezomba, sarani yuzure no sho ni mukatte kakunomi o dosen, daishu moro tomo ni shishin ni sambo ni kieshi tatematsuru beshi. Mizukara butsu ni kieshi tatematsuru, masani negawakuba shujo to tomo ni, daido o taige shite mujoi o okosan, Mizukara ho ni kieshi tatematsuru, masani negawakuba shujo to tomo ni, fukaku kyozo ni irite chie umi no gotoku naran. Mizukara so ni kieshi tatematsuru, masani negawakuba shujo to tomo ni, daishu o tori shite issai muge naran. Kujo jinjin mimyo no Howa, 100,000万号にも愛をことかたし、我今検問し従事することを得たり、願わくば如来の真実義を下し立てまつらん。Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda, 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 Namanda. 三部上、中世下。 しぐむ浄土一生天人し人力現代公不詳無才道少女三苦名交際集約難回避知恵言別紙根門永息小悪道自然前修門高僧上満足異様老実法日願修十期天候普賢一種解放像公正苦毒法上大集中説法四四苦供養一切仏具足修徳本丹寧心上満徳一三概要妙文無下知自然未不詳願学営力投資最小損志願薬効果大仙の感動国書天人東鎮妙慶Namanda, Namanda, 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 Namanda. Namanda, 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 Namanda. Good morning. Ohayo gozaimasu again, everyone. Today is our annual BWA Eshinni Kakushinni, Lady Kujo, Lady Ohtani Memorial Service. The name is long, so we shorten it to Ladies' Day. We acknowledge our dear temple members of our BWAs. We thank them for their years of effort and support of the many temple and BWA activities. Today we would like to make special acknowledgement from Alameda, Mrs. Takeo Mori, who passed away March 5th, Shaku Shin-e. From Enmanji, Mrs. Rose Fuji, who passed June 7th, Shaku Jun-ko. We also honor Eshinni, the wife Kakushinni, the daughter of our founder, Shinran Shonin, Lady Takeko Kujo, Lady Yoshiko Ohtani. These ladies are honored as pioneers and as role models for our Shin Buddhist tradition. Please listen as I read this quote from Reverend Hozen Seki. Where did I come from into this world? Where am I going after death? I came alone into this world and am departing alone to the next world. If there were no compassion toward me from the other power, my past, present, and future would not exist. To protect and to guide me, there are countless powers. For example, my parents, my society, my nation, the air, earth, sun. All these powers of compassion are called Oyasama. I cannot live in this world without Oyasama. Oyasama and I are in oneness. Oyasama is the infinite light and life that is called Amida Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda, Namanda, Namanda. In this quote, Reverend Seki is pointing out our connection to all that is beyond ourselves. He points to human and beyond human causes and conditions that support our lives. Parents, society, nation, air, earth, sun, and more. All these things he's calling Oyasama, our great parent. And so our great parent is a reference to Amida Buddha, infinite light, infinite life. And this touches us at each moment, at each instance of our lives. Through the Nembutsu, we find ourselves by looking beyond ourselves and connecting to this infinite, to Amida. In our Shin Buddhist tradition, we have many memorial services. Nirvana Day, when we honor the passing of the historical Buddha. We have Honko as the memorial for Shinran Shonin, our founder. We have this BWA memorial service to honor our past members. And we have the monthly Shotsuki service as a monthly memorial for those family members we have lost each month. Each of these services there's a purpose, not only remembering, but to step beyond ourselves and to connect to all that is beyond our self-centered lives. At each Shotsuki service each month, we chant the Amida Kyo. And in the second portion of the Amida Kyo, there's a line that states, Ku-e Issho, the world of being together. So some take this to mean a reference to the Pure Land, where somewhere to go after we pass away, and we'll see the relatives who have passed before us. But there's another meaning of Kue Issho, and it's a different type of meaning. It's not a Buddhist heaven of somewhere we go, but Kue Issho of the world of being together, now and here. I'm with my father, my grandparents, now, remembering that all the things they did become a reflection of my own life. Their influence still touches me. Their lives still touch me. So this is where when I'm not so self-absorbed about my own self, then I'm in position to recognize this Kue Issho, the world of being together, that their influence is with me, not somewhere else, not later on, but right now. And so this is the mind we recognize and nurture as we come to our memorial services, no matter what they are. Kue Issho refers to being with the people who have been our teachers and our guides throughout our own journey through life. So these could include parents, grandparents, Sangha members, children, teachers, friends, anyone and everyone has contributed to making my life what it is today. Kuei Isho reminds me to remember their influence, to acknowledge and appreciate their part in formulating my life as it is today. In this way, the Pure Land can be considered a place where we can always acknowledge and always appreciate these people, beings, and non-beings that have touched our lives. I think it would be limiting and confining to think of the Pure Land just as a sense of a Buddhist heaven. I love my parents, but I don't see something special in standing next to them for eternity. I'd rather appreciate what they mean, whether they have passed or not, what they mean today to me, what they have contributed, what they have been a part of in my life today. Okay. If we were in a Pure Land of only people who have passed away, standing there for eternity, I'm thinking maybe my mother would find something for me to fix while we're there. Or maybe she'll have me paint the Pure Land a different color just to freshen things up a bit. So without these influences of things that we might need to do, standing there in all of eternity with someone, I think it's a more fulfilling thought to me to think of appreciating, valuing, acknowledging all these people now, and that they are still here because I'm here. They are still here. And so we acknowledge this relationship. And this is Kuei Isho, the world of being together. So Kuei Isho reminds us to live our lives with acknowledgement and appreciation. Here today, our tradition of Shotsuki services and memorial services is a way to maintain this focus throughout our lives. We live our lives in gratitude, and this is the way of the Nembutsu. Please join me. Listen carefully as I read this quote again from Reverend Seki. Where did I come from into this world? Where am I going after death? I came alone into this world and am departing to the next world. If there were no compassion towards me from the other power, my past, present, and future would not exist. To protect and to guide me, there are countless powers. My parents, my society, my nation, the air, earth, sun, and all these powers of compassion are called Oyasama. I cannot live in this world without Oyasama. Oyasama and I are in oneness. Oyasama is the infinite light and life that is called Amida Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda, 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 Namanda. Thank you. At this time, I would like to thank everyone at both our temples for doing all they do to get ready for the service, preparing the altar and all the settings, preparing for the video and making sure it is provided to our members. I'd like to thank the members for taking the time to prepare for the service. Lots of things you need to do to get the chants and the readings together so you are ready to participate. I'd like to thank our chairpersons today, Ulala, both of them, for joining us for this service today. And I'd like to now light the incense, and please come up and join to offer incense, Oshoko, here and there at your homes, however you have set up to do. So with this, we will conclude. Please join me in Gassho one last time. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda, 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 Namanda. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you. Namo Amida, Namo Amida, Namo Amida, Namanda, 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 Namanda.